Guru Nation, welcome to another episode of Random Musings from the Clinical Trials Guru, episode 175. This is Dan Sfera. I've got Monica and Jesse here. They're from Global Clinical Trials. Monica has been on many times, you should know. She's on because we're talking about recruitment. Jesse's a future doctor and a Bitcoin expert.
A Bitcoin investor, major holder. No, you like Ethereum, huh?
I like Ethereum.
Yeah.
I like both.
So what are we talking about, Monica?
So we're going to talk about diversity in the recruitment department because most of the companies develop like advertisement or marketing or whatever, mainly in English, or mainly targeting one culture, and they forget that we live in a rather diverse country. And so that means that the pharmaceutical companies are losing like a potential big group of people that will participate in the research. And not just that, but remember, we have to remember that the medication.
You guys are both Latino.
Yeah.
What do you think about? What do most Latinos think about research? They don't even know. First of all, most people don't even know. But
yeah,
in
general, more people. I think it's the same taboo like in the other cultures, like you're being used as a
lab rat.
Yeah, exactly.
But Latinos are very trusting of their doctors for the most part.
Exactly.
More than other groups.
Yeah, if the doctor suggests to go and try,
alternative.
They're very respectful of like doctors and experts. So why don't we have more Latino participation?
Because the material is barely very few companies are doing it in English and try to target this minority group, which is one of the largest groups in United States, and not just the marketing material.
Oh, it's going to be the largest very soon.
Exactly.
If not already. It's not yet, but it will be.
Yeah, and not just that, but all the marketing material and the ads are in English, nothing in Spanish. Barely some companies are doing it. And then not just that, but all the material to perform the research are not in Spanish. So it will be a hassle for the companies to develop this in Spanish, but at the same time, it's going to be a win-win situation. And the other thing I would like to mention is that every medication works different in different
gene pools.
Yeah. So what it works for example, for the Latino community, probably doesn't work the same as an older community. So you have to design a medication that works for everybody. Mm-hmm. And this will be actually a breakthrough also in research because it will open more opportunities for everybody and more treatments that actually work in every single community.
Mm-hmm. Now, from the studies we have, what percentage of them have or even accept non-English speakers?
That I remember only
one, I think.
No, two.
Two accept?
Two accept and have the material in Spanish, like for example the rates and the form of consent and everything.
Is that because we do psych? When we were doing asthma and irritable bowels, it's the same issue?
Same thing.
Same issue. And that was probably because of the patient-reported outcomes, the diary, right? It's too much, I guess it's too costly to translate it. And so they only had English?
It's true, but at the same time, they will be getting more population. And
why don't they allow like a English-speaking caregiver to help to assist with those surveys Because sometimes they need a certified translator, but not everyone has that in their house.
Exactly.
So, like, why, or have you talked to anyone about those?
I think it's because when you translate, you maybe get things lost in translation and it can be twisted. So,
Yeah.
and in research, obviously everything needs to be exact, precise. So I think that's mainly why not. However, there is one study that allowed one of the members in the site to translate.
You were that translator.
So I was translating for part of
What
this
study was
research.
this? Just the indication, which one was that?
For tardive dyskinesia.
Oh,
And
okay.
actually was amazing because half of our patients were
Mhm.
in Latino community. So that worked perfectly. Obviously, this company has all the assessments and everything, like the ICF and everything in Spanish. So I was translating only.
Did they have the scales in Spanish?
Yeah.
Okay. So they had that already.
Mhm.
So, but most studies still don't have that.
No. I asked a company and I told them, I'm going to mention the condition, which is Alzheimer's. And
A lot of Alzheimer's.
And
now.
Alzheimer's statistics show that the Latino community have higher index of developing this condition than any other community. And I don't understand how come the pharmaceutical companies that are doing research and are for this condition are not doing all the assessments and stuff in Spanish. I actually asked that
And
one
what
of
did they say?
They just didn't answer to me, but
They had no answer.
no.
But they
because
all want.
They don't even know
They
what
all
to
want.
say.
They all want Latinos
Yeah.
in the program. But what percentage of Latinos in the U.S. speak English? Do you think?
Oh wow, I don't really know that answer.
No, I don't have the answer. We can search it up.
I mean, it's most do, right?
Mm,
I'm thinking that in the age for these studies that
Yeah.
request.
Yeah, like Alzheimer's. Okay, then
Yeah,
most wouldn't.
not a
Yeah.
lot. There's a lot of
Yeah.
Okay.
people who immigrated and, well, I mean,
What about
English
like?
is their second language.
What
They
about like
give
for
you
that
English.
asthma study or that irritable bowel syndrome study? So we had those studies too.
yeah, we did, and the Latino community again is one of the top people that have this kind of condition.
And you network
And
with
we
a bunch
didn't.
of
I did.
sites from Miami, right?
Yeah.
With Dr. Gonzalez over
Mhm.
there, and they screen only Latin speaking.
Yes, but
Spanish
sometimes they
speaking.
have difficulty because of this.
She mentioned this as well.
Yeah.
So how do they get around this?
Well, so most of the studies they have is because they request or ask if they have this stuff in Spanish, or I think they nag them too much until up to
Really?
the point that they get. Yeah, because I did that with one of the Alzheimer's studies, and I told them so many times until they actually send us stuff in Spanish.
Because it's easy to get a Spanish informed consent. You just call the
Yeah.
IRB and they'll do it.
Yeah, but
Most IRBs.
Mhm.
But what other things are missing? Like the assessment
the
scales.
assessments, and then obviously in the site that people have bilingual.
Well, sure. Yeah, you have to have
Yeah. hmm
someone who speaks Spanish at the
Um,
site. And the PI doesn't need to speak Spanish, right?
No.
If the coordinator
Well,
does.
some studies require the PI to speak Spanish.
If
That's
they enroll
another
Spanish
issue.
patients.
Yeah, because we had that issue with this study
They
that
won't
they
let
finally.
you be the translator?
No, they finally. I was actually. I was approved to do all the assessments. I got all the information, all the stuff in Spanish, but our issue was that the PI didn't speak Spanish.
Wow.
So that's where everything went to the garbage because we couldn't do anything else.
What if you became a certified translator? Would they have accepted it?
I don't think so because the doctor needed to speak the language.
And what was their
Because
reasoning
they
for
still think that some things get lost in translation.
that? Mm-hmm.
especially you got to think about how Spanish is very regional. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
in
California, Arizona, New
Yes.
Mexico, Texas,
And it
Florida.
all depends also where the person's heritage comes from. Monica's Colombian, I'm Mexican. There are a lot of words that we have to be, oh, Monica, what does this mean? Oh, Jesse, what does this mean? And in Mexico
Oh.
alone, there's different, I don't know, it's not kinds of Spanish, but it's just people have their own words
Dialect,
for things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it's still Spanish, but they use different words for
Every
certain
country
things.
has, like even English. You know, you have the way Southerners talk. They
Oh,
have
yeah.
their own words, and then New Yorkers, and then Californians, and then British people, right?
Yeah.
Like, they have different
Mhm.
words. So it's the same thing with Spanish.
Yeah, and then, sometimes words could be similar, and that's when you could incorrectly translate a word.
I
That's,
see. So the rationale by the sponsors, because I don't think the FDA has any guidance on this. It's just the sponsors. The FDA doesn't have any rules against this. They just say the PI needs to maintain oversight.
Yeah.
But maybe the sponsors define
That
that
was
as
that
if
was
you
in the
don't have-
protocol.
yeah,
Yeah, for that one.
that the subject,
Particular study.
the PI needs to speak Spanish.
The
or
language of the.
But how do you prove if the PI speaks Spanish or not?
Well, they probably know.
I speak Spanish. Do I speak well
Well,
enough?
Yeah, I think you do.
So if someone speaks a little less
Yeah.
well than I, is that qualified?
Oh, I think because they needed to do some kind of test to prove that they actually speak the language. I just find
Oh, they had to
the
do a
statistics. Yeah.
I see.
It says one company that does market research. They find out that 19% of Hispanic American origin population speak only Spanish. 9% speak only English. 55% have limited English, and 17% are fully English Spanish bilingual.
Mm-hmm. So, what's the solution, I guess?
Well, there's actually opportunities in this case because
Any opportunity for the clinical scoop
yeah.
with your videos?
Yeah, videos.
Your
and
Monica's
educate.
Spanish video. Were you
Yeah.
featured in these?
and one of them, yes.
You were. You
Yeah.
gotta be in that. You're the co-host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have
need
to
more.
educate.
We need more.
Yeah, we are going to. I told you.
So what's the goal behind that?
So behind what?
What
my
your videos? What are you doing?
Educate
Tell
people.
everybody, because there's
I
a lot
want-
of Spanish audience out there that's
Okay,
listening.
I really want to educate our community about research because it's an opportunity, as I mentioned before, it's an opportunity to have top of the line healthcare and the latest technology. The medications that are on research are the worst medication that are in research is equal to the one that is already in the market because they are not going to develop something that is less better than the ones that are on the market.
So what are you doing through the
So-
scoop?
So what I'm doing is I'm downloading videos in Spanish and information in Spanish, educating the community, and this will be, to spread the word will be good for research, will be good for the industry,
So
will
what
be
kind
good
of-
for the community.
What kind of videos are you doing? Like, are you talking about asthma, Alzheimer's?
No, I'm not talking about any particular condition. I'm talking about mainly about research, how it works,
In general.
what it will be good for us to participate, why diversity is so important.
You should do Skype interviews with Dr. Gonzalez.
Yeah, I'm going to. I'm
Yeah.
actually have some doctors in line to
That's
do
good.
interviews. Yeah,
That'd be fantastic.
and
We have, who do we know around here that's a Spanish-speaking doctor?
Dr.
Diaz.
Diaz, yeah.
Who's that?
And I know many doctors
Ricardo?
that speak Spanish.
No.
No, another
Good
doctor.
interview, Andy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Stem cells.
Yes.
Stem
Start
cells.
talking about
Yeah.
That's a
that.
lot of things.
Well, I was mentioning that this is an opportunity for the Latin community, not just by getting the medications or free treatment, and also collaborating the research to advance, but also for the doctors that are bilingual. It's a big
Yes.
opportunity for them.
That's where I'm interested in. Any, not just for Latino, Spanish speaking, but the way you
Bilingual.
yeah.
Any doctor that is bilingual that have.
But the way you get more patients interested in research is to get their doctors interested in doing research.
Yeah.
So it's no different with Spanish speaking
Mhm.
doctors. So the one we're meeting with, oh no, he's not a Spanish speaking.
No.
The one that was supposed to come today?
Mm-hmm. But
How
he's
about the one
bilingual.
in
But he's
Manhattan
also
Beach or
bilingual.
wherever we're going? Redondo Beach? Or
Ah,
where is that?
I'm not sure if he's bilingual, but
Okay.
probably because most of them are. I actually met one that is. He's actually I don't know how you say it in English. Polyglota, which he speaks 5 languages. He speaks 5 languages.
Yeah.
He's American and he speaks 5 languages fluently.
We need to prove it.
Yeah.
Let's give him the test.
Get him on the podcast. and
Yeah,
start
I was amazed. I was just like, wow.
talking. Don't believe it.
He can
Has
be
to
a
say.
millionaire, like, just with research.
In Europe, everyone
Yeah.
speaks multiple languages.
Exactly. I
My
think
mom speaks 7. My dad speaks
Yeah?
7.
Wow.
Yeah. But they forget now.
Yeah. But
Yeah, because
people-
every country is
that's-
like a border. It's like
Mhm.
if Arizona was another language, if Nevada was another language, if New Mexico was another language. So they know because they go a lot and then they learn.
And that's why the Europeans have one of the lowest index of Alzheimer's, because
Really?
learning another language
They have the
helps
lowest.
the
Really?
helps the brain to
Wow.
yeah.
Say that again. That's news for me.
Yeah.
So the Europeans, you've researched this?
Yeah, when I was doing the statistics.
So the Europeans have the
have the
lowest
lowest index
instances of Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
And
because they
you
know.
think
Because they know. No, that's actually that was a research done for that.
But
That
they
if-
don't know
if you
why.
if you learn another language, it will help your brain to
Not
to
develop.
to
Wow.
know develop the Alzheimer's.
So they think it's scientists think it's because of knowing multiple languages.
Mhm.
I read somewhere
Ah.
also that if you take
It's time
a
to start
different-
studying, Jesse. Rosetta
Mhm.
Stone.
I'm doing Duolingo.
I had that too. I
Duolingo.
had that too. I was
Me
trying
too.
Korean and it was like.
I was trying to tell
I'm doing
it's not that
French.
bad.
I
Italian
need to
and
do French.
Portuguese.
I'm doing French.
Wow. Yeah. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I also heard that taking a different route home or a different route to work every day also helps you
No
not
kidding.
develop. Because supposedly we're just depending on our memory. Unconsciously, we're just driving the same route all the time. So I don't remember where
And
I
we're
read it.
relying on navigation.
No, but I remember, I know that is if you change habits, like you challenge yourself, because sometimes you just do it automatically. So for example, even brushing your teeth with a different hand, changing colors of your brush.
Really?
Yeah. All those little things
Why don't you make
Help.
videos in Spanish about this?
about the, yeah,
This?
of course.
Wow.
Says, yeah, it's fine. to
But that's to
listen.
prevent Alzheimer's.
It's to prevent.
If
yeah.
you already have it, you can't. It's too late.
If you already have it, we have plenty of research, and you can
Plenty of
participate. Yeah, plenty of studies. We have observational studies. We have studies with medications that have improved.
Yeah, because one of my biggest
Yeah.
fears, because my memory is not that good,
Mm.
and I think it's because I just have a lot going on. But it's actually like a fear that I'll get Alzheimer's.
No.
So I need to learn languages.
Statistically, according to what everything I have read about Alzheimer's, you have the lowest rate of
Who?
you
What?
because you read a lot. That's another thing.
I stopped reading as much. I listen now.
Yeah, but still, you're putting your brain
Okay.
to yeah.
So Audible
So
still counts.
that. On the other hand, you do you know different languages. You speak
Spanish,
Spanish,
English, Romanian.
Romanian, exactly. Then I don't think you have habits. You because you're all the time
Coffee, Diet Coke.
changing stuff.
Oh, routines.
So exactly.
Yeah, I come here. I do a podcast.
Yeah.
I follow up on emails. Follow up.
Yeah, but you don't have like every day you do the same.
Oh, no, it's
same.
very
No, you
different.
change-
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. I see. Okay.
So that's good for your brain. So I
So,
don't think you
okay.
and yeah.
Because one of the reasons we're doing all these studies is to have a cure for when I'm gonna need it.
You're not gonna need it.
I'll knock on wood. But okay, so very interesting about that. That's fascinating. That's why we do these podcasts. So where do you think the industry's headed? First of all, we probably need to do this, like a topic of this at our conference for the Guru Conference. It's not going to be called the Guru Conference, or it doesn't have a name yet, but it's going to be next year in Orlando in September. And we'll have you go out and teach a session on it. Spanish, how to increase Latino participation and minority participation.
Yeah.
Because it's the same, really. African Americans are underrepresented in research also.
Oh my gosh, terrible.
And that's not a language issue.
No.
So what's the issue there?
I think the issue there is also about education. It's just that people don't know much about research. So do you remember that I was in some point we were doing advertisement even in the buses, so to target all the
demographics,
communities,
yeah.
exactly. So
And the mall kiosk. Did we ever do that mall kiosk?
no,
No?
we didn't. No,
That would have been a good idea.
We actually did in the mall memory test.
Yeah, you did that?
Yeah, we did that.
And how did that work?
It went okay. It
How many
wasn't
people-
that amazing. We had plenty of people. However,
Really? Free memory
the-
screening? That's
yeah,
what you advertised?
Yeah, but
And
I
what
was
did you do? What scale did
I
you do?
was surprised the MMSE. I was surprised that most of the population that had the interest in this was middle-aged people. So people in between 40s to 50s.
People trying to prevent
Exactly.
the Alzheimer's.
So, but unfortunately, they didn't qualify because they were not in the target, in the
You
inclusion.
need to have like from 16 to 26
Exactly.
on the MMSE.
Mhm.
What were these people scoring, most of them?
No, they were
Like
okay.
20, like 30,
We had some of them that they were not good, but yeah, in general,
like in the 30s.
yeah.
But so it worked though.
Yeah, it did. We had a lot
You got
of
any
people.
screenings?
Yeah, we did. From them.
Any
yeah.
randomizations?
Yes, we
From
did.
the mall kiosk?
Yeah, we did. It was not even a mall kiosk. It was quite big space.
In
because-
a mall though.
In the mall. Mhm.
We need to do that again. Why
Yeah.
don't we do that again?
Yeah, we have to. That's actually.
Can you get it with Roche? It's okay. They're a big
Yeah,
sponsor.
probably.
Yeah?
Mhm. Yeah.
Wow. We need to request that then.
Yeah.
I'll go this
The
time.
thing is, we have to ask.
we can film it. We can
have
film
to
it.
ask. We have to ask permission from many because you cannot do the MMSE outside the clinic.
Who said
So
that?
we have. I remember we actually request permission from the IRB, from the sponsor,
What?
from
Why?
in order to do
What's
that.
the reason? What's the What's so
I
special
think
about
it
that?
was. I think it was on the protocol that everything needed to be done.
Does somebody own the MMSE?
No, I don't remember, but I do remember that we had to ask for permissions.
From who? From the IRB?
I think we had to the IRB and
Well, yeah,
the
you'll have to ask the IRB
sponsor.
for if you want to
Yeah.
do anything. If
Mhm.
you want to give out cookies, you
Yeah.
could ask the IRB.
Mhm.
But yeah, if it's for a specific study, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're just pre-screening in general, the MMSE is just a tool to.
Oh yeah, of course.
You can do the MMSE if
Yeah.
you're not. If you're just.
Yeah, that's as a
pre-screening.
marketing strategy
Yeah.
without using being specific on any
Because I think
study.
it's public domain, like it's not
Yeah.
owned by anyone.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Okay. Because one of my
Yeah.
ideas for the clinical scoop is to create Alzheimer's talk. You were on an episode that Finally is doing.
Yeah.
We're trying to get people interested in Alzheimer's to call,
Mm-hmm.
first to put their emails and the phone number, and then somebody calls them and does the MMSE, which is great because it's only like 8 minutes
Yeah.
over the phone, get a
Mhm.
score, and then you're pre-screening them to see if they qualify
Wow.
for a study,
Awesome.
right? But so I was always wondering who needs to approve the MMSE because I'm sure.
I think it's even it's public domain because it's
Yeah.
even you can actually download it on Google.
I need to look at the bottom of the MMSE to see if anybody owns it.
Yeah.
Mini, mental. Okay, what else?
I think that's it.
UML, mini mental state exam, not status. provided by NHCQF. But that's just this one. I mean,
Yeah.
how many are there? It's the same
Yeah,
one.
but there are some that you can actually download it. It's just the in PDF, and that's it.
Wikipedia. Mini mental state exam or Folstein test is a 30-point questionnaire used in clinical research to measure cognitive impairment. It's commonly used to screen for dementia. Blah, blah, blah. Originally conceptualized in 1975. The standard form, which is currently published by Psychological Assessment Resources, is based on advantages of the MMSE. Copyright issues, let's see that. The authors later transferred all intellectual property rights to Mini Mental, registering the transfer with the U.S. Copyright Office.
Also, we have to ask.
In March 2001, Mini Mental entered into an exclusive agreement with Psychological Assessment Resources, granting PAR the exclusive right to publish, license, and manage all intellectual rights to the MMSE in all media and languages in the world. Despite the many free versions of the test that are available on the internet, PAR claims that the official version is copyrighted and must be ordered only through it. So you can do a free one.
Yeah.
At least one legal expert has claimed that PAR's copyright claims are weak. The enforcement of copyright has been compared to the phenomenon of stealth or submarine enforcement. Such applications are no longer possible given changes in patent law. The enforcement of the copyright has led to researchers looking for alternative strategies. PAR have also asserted their copyright against. Yeah. So I guess you gotta do like the bootleg version, which they probably just changed a few words.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. I knew there was something around that. Okay. Glad I discovered that on the podcast.
Yes.
Anything else, or we save it for another time? Minorities?
Yeah.
Say something in Spanish for, we don't have patients listening, but for the Spanish-speaking researchers out there, let them know who you are.
No. Investigación o research es fascinante. Es una industria bastante apasionante y hay espacio para todo el mundo en muchas de las con todos los ¿cómo se dice? Cualidades o con todos los el conocimiento en general, o sea, ya sea para administradores, para enfermeros, para inclusive si no están dentro de la industria, por ejemplo la gente que trabaja en marketing. No hay nada más fascinante que trabajar en la industria de investigación porque es bastante, hay mucho reto.
And you, sir. Say something
Me.
to the Spanish-speaking researchers.
Researchers is
Spanish, I'll go first. Llámame 949 949 415 6256. Textando ahorita. Yeah?
that's good. That's good.
Thank you. Preventing Alzheimer's.
Pero Alzheimer's, hay que, si ya están trabajando en research, hay que pasar la voz a la comunidad latina y de todas las minorías que existen para que también podamos tomar ventaja de esas oportunidades que existen y que por muchas veces por miedo a que nos digan, bueno, padeces de esta enfermedad, que dejemos eso a un lado para que la verdad pues tengamos un tratamiento para prevenir los problemas, aunque ya tengamos los antecedentes para tenerlos.
Sí.
Pero para poder ayudar a la comunidad en general.
Sí, es una oportunidad para todos.
Para todos. Medicamento gratuito y muchas veces es medicamento muy bueno de que...
Claro.
Pero sí da miedo, pues pensamos que somos animales de laboratorio, pero no es así. Ya esos tratamientos tienen muchos años, como todos sabemos, y pues no tiene nada de malo. Todo tiene efecto secundario.
Y por los otros researchers, ¿qué quieres? Dice tú, Jesse.
Para todos los que...
Researchers,
hablan
other
inglés.
researchers.
Oh,
Spanish, Miami, we have lots in Miami, Spanish speaking. Tell them something. They'll hit you up on LinkedIn or Instagram. Guess tu Instagram.
mi Instagram, lo acabo de cambiar.
Tienes un bueno food truck.
Oh, sí, un camión de comida.
Very good. Anyone in California and LA needs to hit up Jesse if they want to go.
You can search that. That Instagram is Mariscos El Yaqui. That's Yaqui spelled Yaqui, then truck.
That's awesome. I've had it twice, I think. Really good.
Yeah, it's a different style of seafood and a little bit more on the gourmet side. Yeah.
Good stuff, guys. Thank you very much. We'll do more. Great idea, Monica. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We're going to get more Spanish-speaking doctors involved now.
Definitely.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Adios.